Dan, I thought we would start today's podcast a little different. Let's start it at the end.
At the end. We're at the end. We've made it to the end.
Yeah, we've gotten to the end of the year with all four tires smoking and a big puddle of oil underneath the engine.
Yeah, it's been a busy year, and I don't know. I feel like it's not going to slow down. I think 2025 is just going to come roaring right in, barreling in right at us.
Yeah, I came home from my day at the wood yard yesterday. I came in the door and I said, I don't know if I signed up for this. This is starting to become work. It is.
I hear you. I've been down
Yeah.
in the back 40 mini firewood shipping department almost every day this month.
Shipping department. That is so 20th century, Dan. They're not called shipping departments. They are called fulfillment centers.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. All right, here we go. First resolution for the new year. I am renaming the basement to the Back 40 Mini Firewood Fulfillment Center. I like it. I like it. Yes. Good stuff. Thanks for that. But it's been a busy December. You know, looking back on 2024, I launched the Mini Firewood in March, and now this past December, it's been ended the year with the busiest month ever. Just
So your
crazy.
Your fulfillment center is probably working overtime.
Yes, there's been many days where, like I said, it's almost every day I've been shipping things out, and then over the weekend, Mondays have been my busiest day just because orders from late Saturday and Sunday and Monday morning all go out in the afternoon, and I've been using my little hand truck and dolly to take boxes down to the postman.
Oh boy, I could just see that now.
Yeah.
Do you wear like a lime vest with reflector tape on it too?
Oh, see, I need to get that too. I should get some of this stuff and start making myself
Yeah,
more
you're behind
professional.
the time. You're not a professional fulfillment center without a safety vest on. You're just a hobbyist fulfillment center.
An HFC.
Yeah, so I was thinking about 2024, and this has just been a huge year for Ohio Woodburner. And I think, YouTube, you and me, we both kind of griped. Well, it's not just you and me. I've heard a number of people. YouTube's kind of flat. We're not seeing the big numbers like we're used to seeing. I think views and stuff are up, I guess, through the holidays right now, but for the most part, it's not been. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm in more control of the firewood industry than I am with YouTube. I would imagine you probably feel the same way.
Yes, somewhat. Although I will say 2024 was steady growth, both social media, all the platforms I'm on, but I'm kind of spread out. So when I look at it all together, it's still growing and doing all right. But yeah, YouTube has been kind of, it's different than years past over the holidays in this time of year. I don't know.
Yeah, I've noticed it. But the firewood business is just it's really accelerated for me, and I kind of knew this was going to happen with the wood yard. And what I had learned with firewood is that firewood is easy to sell. You can sell every stick of firewood you can get your hands on. And that has always been my limiting factor is I couldn't get enough supply. And I still don't think I have near enough that my potential is. But the new wood yard, this has been my first full year in it. It's starting to pay dividends because I got more logs than I've ever had at one time. And it's nice, like this time of year, being able to sell stuff and not think, oh gosh, I'm all out.
Yeah. And is that mostly because of the ease of access for log haulers, or just the amount of space that you've been able to store more logs or get more logs in?
I think it's everything. The fact that my yard is very easy for the log trucks to get in and out of, and that I've just been at it long enough. I think, word's getting out that I'm a reliable customer and I pay on time, and my place is easy to get in and out of. And, the other time too, there were times when I was at my house, at my old wood yard, when it's like there's these big spurts of logs that just come in all at once, just because of the weather or a big job that's in the area, and I would get so full that I couldn't take anymore. And that my current yard is a lot bigger, and I am not telling anyone no now.
Yeah, not enough. There's never enough. Keep bringing them.
No.
Bring them in. Bring them in.
Yeah, well, the rule of thumb would be is if you're selling out of everything, you should raise your prices. And I've been raising my prices every year. And I remember my one business mentor told me that, if you're not kind of a little embarrassed to tell your price, it's probably not high enough. And I think I might be like at the high end of what I can probably get. So, but you know, that's always the thing. I don't raise my prices in the middle of the season though. I set them at the beginning of the year and I just go with it, and I just keep it at that, because I do get a lot of, when people are your customers who are wanting ready to burn firewood, you're going to get more. And because they don't have the ability to have a big quantity on hand. So I'll deliver, multiple deliveries to the same customer. And I don't know. I just don't feel right raising my prices in the middle of the season.
Yeah, so you don't want to deliver them one or two loads, and then on the third one, oh, now it's a little bit more. Now the price is,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh huh. Now, how about with your small firewood? Are you raising your prices?
I have been contemplating this, because I'm in that exact position that you just said. This, like, I'm becoming so busy, and maybe it's because my prices are too low. So I've been thinking about it, and so I might do that come the first of the year.
Yeah.
Change things up a
I
little.
don't, I would think though, for you, your customer base is the continental United States. So I think you have the, I don't know, I don't want to say you run the risk, but I mean, you run the risk of getting, massive orders,
Yes, and
you know?
I so, like, for one example, my mini firewood racks, uh I always had them, and I didn't even realize this. I had them in the same category as my boxes of firewood, which have free shipping on. And so I changed that a couple months ago, and I added the cost of shipping to the firewood racks. And I thought this is gonna, turn people away from having to pay the cost of shipping, and it hasn't. It actually, I'm
Yeah.
selling. I'm sold out of them right now. I'm waiting to restock because they all just have been selling like hotcakes.
Uh, wood smoked hotcakes. I like it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But that is 2024, at least for the firewood business. I had significant growth, and I would expect it to continue here. I might reach my own threshold. That was like what I was telling my wife. I was like, I'm only going to do as much as I want to do, even though I would probably wind up being the limiting factor, not my supply anymore. It's just, if I had to work my tail off, I would have stayed working for the man. What I was hoping to get out of this lifestyle is still having the ability to go and do what I want when I want. And I've noticed, like with these restaurants, these two restaurants that I picked up, they are um, big demand, and I'm delivering a lot to them, and they're just not like in my brain yet. Where all my other restaurants, I just kind of have it in my DNA. I just know when they're going to order, and I keep forgetting about these two, and they keep hitting. I was like, gosh, I forgot all about that one. Right when I was
Yep.
going to take the day off, and here I am delivering wood.
I think everyone, from what I've kind of been hearing around the firewood industry and community, I think a lot of people were busy this year and selling out and just increase. I haven't really heard a lot of people saying I'm sitting here and I can't sell firewood. I think back to your
Yeah.
point. I think you can sell every stick you want.
Yep.
Or you can make. So I think it's been a good year.
Yeah. Yeah. And other things, though, this is outside of the firewood business, is getting ready now for the International Firewood Expo 2025. If
Yes.
we're talking about the new year, last year's edition was awesome. You were there. You were a huge help. But that was just, it was just a great time, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that was going to be my next question to you is going into 2025. I know the first big thing of the year, well, not the first big thing, but the big thing early in the year is the International Firewood Expo, and it is going to be bigger than last year.
Yeah, it's going to be bigger. I will be making an official announcement here in a few more videos, but have been, in communication with all of our old vendors. That we had 14 vendors that came last year, vendors, manufacturers, and I've been working on a lot more. So stay tuned for that. I'll be making an announcement, but I've been getting commitments here from a lot of these guys and gals, and that's exciting. I think I'm also I have another trip to Europe on penciled in, not penned in, but that could possibly happen too. I went to Germany this last year. I was supposed to have another trip to Finland in the fall, but that fell through. Schedule changes, and then we'll see how this year goes.
And just once again, for all of you who are going to be, well, actually, this will come out on the first day of the new year. So for all of you that
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, yes. For all of you with your new calendars hanging on the wall, mark the date. What is the date again for the International Firewood Expo?
May 2nd and 3rd.
May 2nd and 3rd. Mark it down right now.
Northeast Ohio.
Yes.
Be there or be square.
And I think that's going to be the first show of the year for a lot of people.
Trade shows, yeah, probably so. I try to have it leapfrog that Northeast timber, the Northeast. What's that called up in Maine or in Vermont? They switch every year, so it leapfrogs Mother's Day weekend.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a big time last year, and I hope this year's even better.
I'm wondering if I should have, how am I going to send a shipping container on a semi with my mini firewood down, or how I should get all of it down there? I don't know. I got to still figure that out.
Put it in your luggage.
Oh, that one, I'd have to check a lot of bags, let me tell you. But what else? Is there anything?
Yeah, what else is going on here with the new year, the end of the year? Was there anything that was like a big deal? Did you have a favorite moment from 2024?
Personally, for me, I don't know. I'm not really big on the, keeping track of milestones and accomplishments. I would say the biggest thing that I'm like, then I look back on 2024, it's going to be starting and launching the mini firewood. That's going to be my stamp on the year.
Yeah. I think mine was still the first International Firewood Expo, but I still think my favorite moment of the year was when Nick won the chainsaw. Loved it.
Timon, yes, that was.
Gosh, that was great.
And it was crazy because didn't he win something like two?
Yeah, he won everything. What the heck?
There's like 2 picks before the chainsaw he won, and like you could just see. I've never seen someone who's had a winning number call look so deflated because he wanted that chainsaw.
We're giving Nick the invisible ink pen to fill out his tickets this next year.
Oh, that was a great moment of the expo. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that was nice. What else has happened this year? So Log Ox has rolled out their new Timber Ox log splitter. That's kind of cool.
Yep, we were a part of that. That was a lot of fun. A
We
lot of
we saw some healthy competition in the vertical splitter wars,
yep.
where Wolf Ridge came out with their vertical and Easton Made responded. That's the way
Um,
capitalism is supposed to be. I
I
like
think
it.
in the realm of events that people put on, not like big, I guess trade shows, but like there was the Hope event that
Fundraisers.
split well, an insane amount of wood in one day.
Yeah.
I think it was like 50 some
Yeah, that's awesome.
cords, and they're going to
Yeah,
try to break
jeez.
that next year or this coming year.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was Mike from K&L Firewood. He had his that was like a second or third annual where they do
Yep.
the firewood for the veterans in Indiana, right?
Yes. Yeah. That they split a lot of wood there too. That was another one.
Yeah. And like it was the Wood Hound community showed up in force.
Yes.
Unselfish.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Um our friend Brad, he had a get together that brought out a lot of people.
Yep. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's just one of those things that it seems like the past few years momentum has just been building and building and building, and now, like I said earlier, I think 2025 is just going to come barreling in
Yeah.
because there's a lot going on.
Yes. Well, when you're an optimistic person too, you look for the good things to happen.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So what else? There was something really sad that happened. We lost a very good friend in an anchor of the Woodhounds was our good friend Bill Obermeyer
Yes.
from Cincinnati. He's a gentleman.
Yes. Yep. That
I
was
still remember the first time I met him too was at the Paul Bunyan show about 4 years ago. He had his Cincinnati Bengals jersey on,
yep.
and he was the kind of guy that you just felt like you've known him your whole life.
Totally.
Yeah, that was real sad. But the community moves forward, and here we are. We're marching right into 2025, and I mean, Dolmar is still the best chainsaw in the world every year.
Oh, Dullmore.
Please.
The Dullmore saw.
Yeah. I run mine with the chain on backwards so I can
just
enjoy my time more.
just the
It's over too fast.
yeah, otherwise it's wham bam done.
Yeah. There was those two machines put out by Yappa. We're waiting to see them here in the United States, the Yappa 505 and that X Factory. I hope that we can see those, maybe get them to come to the International Firewood Expo. That would be kind of cool.
That would be
Easton
awesome.
Made has that new processor, the Evo. That looks
Yep.
really cool. Blockbuster's back in the game. They uh, resurrected the brand. That company purchased the processor, and they're in production again. I was able to see one of them that was up here they were driving through on their way to New York, and they stopped by. I got to see one up close. That was cool.
Lots of the fuel wood Kinlet 200 and Kinlet Pro
Yeah,
from the UK made its way to the
yeah,
USA. That was kind of a big deal. Kind of nice because there's one sitting in my wood yard, which is awesome.
yeah. I just worry about all those hours you're putting on your tractor, though.
Yeah, it's not very many hours. Let me tell you, that thing can spit out a lot of wood.
Oh wow. Yeah, Dan, I thought 2024 was really good. I hope 2025 is even better. But you know what? We still have the Wood Hounds podcast, as we will be entering our 3rd year putting
Yeah.
out quality podcast material.
And that's what the 3rd year is going to be, the one where watch out. Watch out, Woodhounds listening. You never know which way things are going to turn here.
What color? Yeah, what color Maserati do you want, Dan?
Yeah, I've been trying to decide. I'm gonna wait and see.
Okay.
Because you know how it is. What about
as soon as all this money starts pouring in, everything changes.
And what about the taxes? Jeepers.
What about the taxes? Oh, what about the taxes?
Yes.
All right, Dan. It is the new year, and I want to wish everyone a happy new year. I hope that you had a safe New Year's Eve and that you don't spend too much time on the couch with a ice pack on your head.
Yes. Hopefully you enjoyed ending 2024 and beginning the 2025, and just want to thank you all for tuning in. I think Joe and I both agree that we appreciate everyone who's been listening, and the numbers keep growing. So people are either sharing it or suggesting it or giving us those 5-star reviews. That all helps.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah, it does. All right, Dan. So what do you say for the last time of 2024, we strike up the band?
Yes. All right. The band is struck.
All right. So Dan and I and the Wood Hounds, we want to thank everyone for tuning in and helping us become the #1 firewood podcast in the world.
And just like in 2024, in 2025, you can find us on all your favorite streaming services.
Yeah. So Dan, I want to tell you to have a
Happy New Year.
And try to
have a Happy New Year.
I was going to say have a happier 25. Yeah.
Yes.
and have
a Happy New Year. And a great day.